name is David Martinson. I have a PhD in microbiology from East Carolina University, and I'm currently a senior fellow in the National Biosafety and Biocontainment Training Program in Bethesda, Maryland. So my job, distilled down to a few words, would be training to be a biosafety professional with an emphasis on high containment laboratories. A specific example of that is, as a senior fellow, we're assigned specific laboratories at NIH that we're responsible for, such as doing the laboratory surveys, following up and performing risk assessments and risk mitigation procedures, and performing incident investigations. Conference in Denver a few years ago. And I knew this was about halfway through my graduate career, and I realized that I didn't necessarily want to be a bench scientist anymore, but I wasn't prepared to leave the field of science once I completed my degree. So I stumbled upon this table for my fellowship program, and I got to talking to the individuals that were manning the booth, and it really got me interested, and I began thinking about a career in the biosafety field. And I ended up talking to the biosafety officer at my graduate school. It seemed like something that was really interesting, so I applied, and here I am. I would say make yourself stand out somehow. I knew about midway through my career that I didn't necessarily want to be a bench scientist anymore, but I knew that I wanted to stay in the science field, and I needed to make myself stand out somehow, more than just publications. So I started getting heavily involved in student government, particularly the Graduate Student Professional Student Senate. This is one of the reasons why I selected this fellowship program as well, because there is a definite and high need for highly trained biosafety professionals in the field. If you keep up with the news, you continue to hear incidents that happen across the country in laboratories, and I think a lot of that can be mitigated if you have a highly trained biosafety professional. People in our fellowship, they always get multiple job offers, so you get to sort of select where you're going to live, and everyone gets very interesting jobs once they complete the fellowship. So one of the great things about the fellowship is it is located in Washington, D.C., and there's so much to do in that city. There are a high number of theaters, professional theater companies throughout the city. So one of my favorite things to do when I'm not in the office is go to these theaters and take in everything that the city has to offer.